Yes, you read the title right. Is Delta Force lying to you? That is the biggest question. I'm going to be giving you guys a bunch of information and you troopers can decide if they're telling the truth or they're lying. What's up troopers? My name is Neon and welcome to a brand new video. Recently, over the last couple of weeks, many YouTubers like Cadwoman, Ghost Gaming, even Enders have been talking about specific topics when it comes to Delta Force. And there's been some situations that have just been extremely dodgy. And I wanted to talk about that but also add some extra opinions because, well, this is not the only thing what's also dodgy. I feel like there's many other things as well. And that's what we're going to be getting into in today's video. The biggest thing I want to talk about first is the Steam numbers. I feel like this is one huge topic because this is a really questionable thing. When you look at the Steam numbers, what you can easily find on the internet, no problem, just put in Steam numbers Delta Force and you should find it. Just go and look at the Steam charts and just see how the player count is. The player count has always been having a high up and of course a high down, and that is just a regular thing when it comes to Steam numbers. Usually peak times of gaming time anyway is around 10 AM EST, as usually when you get the most concurrent players. But looking at these numbers, it's always been peaking way over 100,000, but it's consistently doing it. And considering that Delta Force has been out for over 2 months now, them numbers are just absolutely phenomenal. I've never seen numbers like that. I get it, it is free, but it's also just PC, and I personally feel like a hype is dying down, especially them lot leading the console side, but there's just no way that a game can keep their hype for that long. You look at games like even the hypest game right now, the Marvel Rivals. Of course that has a bunch of players, but you can see that it has a drop off over time. But Delta Force, it doesn't even look like it's dropping off. Honestly, what it's still averaging is about over 100k. So since the highest player count, they probably only lost about 20k players for the last 2 months. Well, it's wild. I've just never seen a game to have this much hype. You can look at so many other games what have launched recently, even look at Call of Duty, the numbers just don't add up. But how can these numbers be true though? Is it fake? I don't know. It can't be, right? Because this is through the Steam side. How could you even fake Steam numbers? And even if you did, it's against the TOS. But that's just something very difficult to prove. But look at the Steam charts. Does that look legit to you? It just looks so difficult to me because I've never seen anything like it before. And the reason why I wanted to talk about the Steam numbers because it didn't seem legit is because of the reviews. And a bunch of YouTubers have been talking about this, like Ghost Gaming and Cadwoman, and they were the first people to even mention about it. But if you go into the Steam reviews, so many accounts, they are just like, well done, this game is absolutely amazing, or the game looks great, the graphics look awesome. But it's always the same comment, and even if it isn't the same comment, it's just one account what's played one game and it has like 3.4 hours. But then you look at another account, it has one game, Delta Force, and it's 3.4 hours. You go around, you find another one, it's 3.4 hours, and it's keep the same numbers all the time. I think that's like 6.4 and then an 8.4, but it's always the same amount of numbers. And you can see all this information as it's public, so go into Steam and look at it yourself and tell me what you think about the reviews. How could something like this be possible? Why is this possible? How is it even happening? Do you think this is something what Delta Force is doing, or do you think this is someone from the outside what's doing it? Because the reality is, whatever's going on, the only ones who's benefiting from this is Delta Force. They're the ones what is making their game look amazing on the Steam charts. It's their game what is looking amazing when it comes to its reviews. But is that actually the case? Is this game actually doing that well? Because just something's not adding up when it comes to its Steam charts. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the skill-based matchmaking. Let's be real, and it's very obvious, skill-based matchmaking is 100% in the game. They obviously haven't confirmed it. Honestly, they denied it and said there wasn't any skill-based matchmaking. But we all know that it is in here. No one needs to be playing hundreds of hours to understand what skill-based matchmaking is, or is it even working in that game? Because it's easy to be noticeable. I could have a really bad game and then get into an easy lobby, or if I do really well, then the next thing is I go into a super sweaty lobby. Skill-based matchmaking, I feel like it's a whole topic in itself, but it does not belong in 64 lobbies. It's nearly impossible. I remember trying to search for a game in the morning and it took me 9 minutes to get into the game, and once I did, it was 6 versus 9. And that almost backtracks to what I was talking about previously with the Steam numbers. If the Steam numbers are having over 100,000 players, then why am I only finding 10 people per lobby? And why is it taking me nearly 9 minutes to find a game? Because even if there is skill-based matchmaking in the game, it shouldn't be that difficult. You have over 100,000 people to put me into a game with. So why is it taking so long? So before we carry on with the video, if you haven't already, leave a like, because this is a really important video. And the more the likes we get on this video, then hopefully it will be pushed out even more so more people can give their opinion about it. Because this is something what needs to be spoken about, because we need to get some answers cheaters right now. If there is any Delta Force devs who are watching this video, then please give me some information or tell us something. Don't act like you don't see this or just ignoring it. Actually comment, do something for the community, tell us the truth. This is the topic what no one's been speaking about, but I need to mention it. And here we go. Is the numbers of banned cheaters even real? I need you guys to hear me out, okay? Because every time I'm seeing Delta Force, they ban amount of players in a certain week, and over time I've seen the increased amount of cheaters, and of course that's not a good thing, especially for a game what is free to play, because more cheaters will keep coming in. But what I noticed was, and it made it really fishy, because I would see how many times they would ban players, and they would say, hey guys, we banned nearly 50k players in 1 week. Although I know Call of Duty doesn't announce how many times they have banned cheaters, but everyone knows how bad of a situation it is over there. But when they do announce and they say they have banned cheaters, they do a massive ban wave, but it's nearly up to 50,000 players. And that isn't up to like just a week or so, that's up to nearly a month or two. And that's how many cheaters that Activision, a massive company, is banning when it comes to cheaters. I don't understand how Delta Force can have about 100k players a day, but then ban nearly 50k players a week. You gotta put that math together. That seems like a lot of cheaters are playing every single day. I just personally just don't feel like that is the right number. Are they just flexing because they have banned that many people? Or are they trying to make it look better because they banned a lot of people? What exactly is it? But the biggest question is though, comparing Delta Force and Call of Duty, how is Delta Force banning nearly the same amount of cheaters as Call of Duty is? Before this game came out, when it came to the alpha, a lot of skins were really bright, colourful. Some weapons were like pink. And although I'm all about the pink with the pink wig, it wasn't realism for a game like this. And they did say that, don't worry guys, we won't have any type of insane weapon skins and it will be very realism. Well, how is it now that we're seeing game controllers on weapons? And they're going crazy with all of these weapon skins now. That was not what you told us at the start of the game. Although like myself, I don't really care what skins they actually do, as long as the game is good. I don't want to be walking around like Nicki Minaj or Snoop Dogg. Talking about Delta Force not telling the truth, well, this was a interesting thing, but I also couldn't complain about it at the same time. Previously, that Delta Force announced like a roadmap how they was going to be releasing seasons. Although this was about a month or two ago when they announced it just before their game came out, they said it was going to have a new season every 3 months. And every 3 months of the game with its new season was going to be bringing a brand new update, and it was going to be a massive update, changing a lot with the game. But then to come find out that season 2 happened like a month and a half later of the game coming out. So it didn't make any sense. Why would you say you're releasing new seasons and a big update every 3 months, but then you go and release a season a month and a half early? Of course I'm not complaining because I want to get more content quickest as we can, but it just wasn't the right dates. They said multiple times of this is going to be coming out at this time, but it never did. All the times have just been altered or changed. I get it that sometimes if something's coming out, maybe it doesn't come out smoothly and there could be a delay, but a lot of information what they announce just never comes out as true. Like they do a big massive flex saying, don't worry guys, there's no pay to win, yet they're releasing skins what have $150. Yeah, Delta Force doesn't have pay to win, it's called pay to poor, because you have no money left. Coming close near the end of the video, I need you guys to tell me the truth. What do you think about all the information I gave you so far? Is the community losing their trust with this game? That's the biggest question. Are you guys losing your faith with this game? A lot of people are saying that they're just getting a little bit burned off, the honeymoon stage is over and done with, and other people are just moving on. So do you think the community is actually losing their faith for this game? Are they even telling the truth? Because there's just a lot of fishy things. The biggest questionable thing for me is the skill-based matchmaking, as they said there wasn't any, and the Steam numbers. It just looks extremely fishy over there. I want to share this information with you troopers because everything's just looked extremely dodgy. But the one thing is about Delta Force is I actually enjoy the game. I think it's a good game. I really do enjoy myself. It's just everything from the outside is just being extremely questionable. So let me know in the comment section what you think about this. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you on the battlefield.